Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Please Consider Coming to My Restaurant or Not. I'm your host, Morris Bric-A-Brac, and tonight we visit a new location, that of Brighton, Kentucky, home of the incredibly sophisticated Hewn Iron Inn. I'm very sad that the out-of-the-doors dining season is almost over in Brighton, Kentucky. The forecast is good for all 3 nights this week, but rules do not allow outdoor dining on Beef Wellington and bear baiting for naked adult men weekend, which is next week already. Although we can offer out-of-the-doors dining on Thursday if the weather is good. Beyond that, it is anybody's guess what the weather will be like. It has been a very pleasant few weeks with the nicer weather, and I have enjoyed it very much. I eat out of the doors every chance I get, and I know a number of my customers do as well. I will give you a definition of the pub dinners as we think of them here at the Hewn Iron Inn. They are delicious and hearty homemade food. The presentation is not fancy, but fresh, high-quality ingredients are used, as with our fine dining entrees. The dishes are traditional ones that you might find in any country inn in England, or here in the stateside regions of our stately US of A. Pub dinners, or public dinners as they are referred to in Britain, come with fresh bread and butter, and guests may order drinks, appetizers, soups, salads, desserts, or not. If you are a newcomer to the Hewn Iron Inn, you may have noticed the iron plates screwed into hewn beams throughout the pub and restaurant. Or these plates honor university professors, business leaders, graduate students, and Korean car aficionados at the state, national, and international level, who have helped me financially to build the Hewn Iron Inn. I refer to the people whose names appear on the plates as VIPs, or validly intelligent persons. Although it is not necessary to be a validly intelligent person to use the Hewn Iron Inn as you would any other restaurant, or not. The iron plates have been screwed into hewn beams for almost 14 years. A year from last week, we had our first beer tasting dinner, and the pairings were exquisite. So I'm told. No new iron plates have been added since then. I'm very thankful to the validly intelligent persons, and the iron plates will remain on the beams as long as I have the will to keep them there. I mention this now, as never a week goes by someone doesn't ask about the iron plates, the hewn beams, the waitresses dressed like little private schoolboys. In addition, VIPs, their children and their grandchildren, often ask, where is the family plate? Where is it located? What have we done with their legacy? Well, of course it's right here at the Hewn Iron Inn. Anytime you visit, as an aid to finding family plates, specific plates are numbered, and we have a name index to locate each validly intelligent person's plate number. There are over 16 validly intelligent person plates attached to the hewn beams here at the Hewn Iron Inn. Oh, this previous passage was spoken as an introduction to an incredible event which I witnessed last Thursday at 4:30 p.m. right here at the Hewn Iron Inn. Mrs. Lizzie Borden from central Kentucky came into the restaurant to dine with her daughter, Elvira Patches Borden, a student at Big Bertha's School of Cosmetology, which I'm told is a highly regarded institute for the training of astrophysicists, and of course the beauty of the human female form. I'm told Mrs. Borden had never been here before, and as she was shown to her table, she noticed the iron plates and the hewn beams. Wondering what they represented, she stepped over and examined one plate more closely. On it, she read the name of her brother-in-law, John Elder Paxtang, who had passed away exactly 250 years before at precisely 4:30 p.m., the time that was then displayed on my Swiss chronograph. Well, I asked Mrs. Borden if she had ever entered the Hewn Iron Inn before, and she said not that she knew of, and she had not known that her brother had any connection with it. Her walking right over to her brother-in-law's plate still seems incredible to me. Or not. After some discussion, I learned that John Elder Paxtang had been a Korean car enthusiast, and that he may have attended our Korean car show here in Hazard County, an event which has gone on for more than 25 years. In fact, he may have been the one who was voted best of show for his Daewoo 1997 Laganza that he so lovingly restored. In addition, he also restored a Volkswagen Tavern Cabriolet. An example of this model was presented to Adolf Hitler on the 20th of April 1938 on his 49th birthday, which makes this car very much prized among collectors of a particular taste. I assume that John Elder Paxtang became a validly intelligent person because of his interest in Korean and German automobiles. He was also a eugenics professor and political activist in East South Central Kentucky. Cuban Liquors will be featuring a photo of the Volkswagen Type Van Cabriolet sports car restored by John Elder Paxtang in its not-so-Cuban photo of the week. If you look at the photo carefully, you can notice on the insignia blazon above the front fender bumper a sort of insignia blazon. We call them a kind of yellow star of David given to validly intelligent persons at the Hewn Iron Inn who, well, they've joined very early, in the early 1940s. The badge contains the swastika and noose logo also found on the hanging sign in front of the building. All of this storytelling has described what happened at the restaurant last Thursday at 4:30 p.m., but it makes no attempt to explain how Lizzie Borden and her astrophysicist daughter just happened to walk over to her brother-in-law's plate. Although many of the validly intelligent persons are getting older now, and some of them have passed away, they still make up a very active portion of the clientele here at the Hewn Iron Inn, and I can always count on them who live locally to support the various ethnic weeks and other events held at my restaurant from time to time. Or not. To me, they are very special people, very valid, very intelligent, very fair-complected persons. Sadly, I will be away next week, as I will be starting on Sunday to drive to Birmingham, Alabama, to commemorate the march against the Negroes that occurred on that unfortunate day in 1963. I will be driving with my daughter Ophelia, and we will have a load of souvenir fire hoses to sell at the reenactment out of the side door of our minivan. I will miss only one weekend at the Hewn Iron Inn.
At Advance Auto Parts, we don't just sell batteries. Oh no, we test them for you free. Need a new
As we
one?
expect
No trouble.
to
Because
return
only
home on
Advance Auto Parts
Wednesday.
carries autographed
As Jefferson
gold
Davis would
batteries.
have it, I've
Autographed
actually
gold
been
is
promised
designed
a
with power
domesticated,
frame technology,
kitchen-trained
engineered
Negro to
give you
bring back
longer
with me.
battery life. Plus,
Like my
Advance Auto
customers and
Parts will
myself, all of
install your
our
new battery
employees are
for
of the
you
pale
free.
persuasion,
Only at
and I have
Advance
received an
Auto Parts.
official-looking
Advance
letter
Auto
from
Parts.
someone
Purchase most vehicles, most locations. See store for details.
claiming to be from the United States government, asking me to embrace diversity. I'm still struggling with that last phrase. I have plenty of diversity. I serve both men and women. My dishes are both British and European, and I am a self-styled Korean car enthusiast, for the love of the Reich. Still, I'm sure I shall be in full compliance with our erstwhile founding fathers after I purchase my Birmingham Negro. Since I will be away, Winston Timmy Church Mouse will update the Cuban Liquors website next week, and I know that he will do a good job. I really enjoyed the website updates he wrote when I was away in England and the Rhineland in the early spring of the year. Ah, such edelweiss. Oh, I will miss this week's beef Wellington and bear baiting for naked adult men event. I shall have to send my husband in my stead, but at my age very few of my friends show up naked at such events any longer. The Hewn Iron Inn is never wild on naked bear baiting weekend either. Provided you can find a place to park, our restaurant is a very good place to bring out-of-town guests for a nice dinner on a Saturday night. Or not. Well, it's been very nice visiting with you this weekend. As I speak this evening, I am reminded of Ernest Hemingway. Give him a sock in the jaw for me if you run into him. I hope you're having a good week, and I invite you to enjoy yourself at the Hewn Iron Inn, or not, on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, when I feel sure we can offer you a good meal, a good time, and when we are, in fact, open for business. Thank you once again. This has been Morris Bric-A-Brac. For please consider coming to my restaurant, or not.